All right, so I use this bike just as a great cross trainer. I get more cardio out of e-bikes. I get more upper body workout. It's a bit more similar to my race bike. I just feel like, or my dirt bike. I feel like I'm getting I guess a well-rounded workout on the e-bike versus my pivot Firebird right there. And I know I enjoy my downhill bike and I enjoy my Firebird, but this is a little bit of a cross in between the two without spending a hoard of money. These bikes are incredibly affordable and value per fun and value per quality. I mean, you're just not gonna beat these things. Got about 150 miles on this thing already. I've only owned it a month. I have rode up a 2800 elevation gain fire road to the top of a mountain, and you can see that video also on my YouTube channel here. And so my impressions of the xduro, I think it's an 8.0 downhill. That's what they call it. And everyone that knows these are pedal assist. So you basically set the setting that you want in terms of how much power. I run it on standard unless I'm going up a long forest road, and I'll kick it all the way up to the best setting and lowest gear and just slowly crank the mountain out. But this bike comes with a dropper seat. It's a funky position that they have it, though. It doesn't really fit, and it's on the right hand side. I'm kind of used to it being on the left, but it's set up on the right, and it's just in a real funky position. I've played with it a couple of times. I think I'm going to move it again. I'm going to lower it some more because I can't quite get my thumb to it. But what's cool is this front end, you do get a compression dampening, and down at the bottom you actually have a rebound. These are air forks, and I'd say they're just, they're decent. They're real choppy. Nothing like my Glory 2. The downhill bike have way better settings and just way smoother on the choppiness. So this thing just kind of loose rock, and good size rock, 1 to 2 inch, 3 inch rock. It's real choppy, but you get into the bigger stuff and it drops out real good. You can take jumps and drop off of things. Brakes are pretty responsive, and I think I might be running just a little too much air is the other thing. But I hate flats, so I've already had one flat on this thing and a pinch flat. So rear shock, you've got your compression. Yeah, I think that's compression, and rebounds the dial indicator up here, if I remember right. I had to take my glasses off. Yeah, so rebound's definitely that bit larger dial, and compression's there. And so rear shock is actually a pretty good shock. It works all right, but it doesn't take long to charge this thing, and I can get on a charge. I'm getting a ton of rides on. I'm getting like 3 8-mile loops on it, and of the loop that I do every Tuesday and Thursday now on this bike, just to get some conditioning in for both my dirt bike and my hunting. So overall, man, pound for pound, it's killer value. I did switch out the pedals. There was no reason to, other than just wanted the orange cool ones. The pedals that this bike comes with are aluminum, and I was shocked at the quality. I'm hanging on to those things. They were an incredible quality that came with the bike. I did throw the mud flaps on because here in Flagstaff we get a little bit of snow and a little bit of water and stuff, so it helps. It's not great, but it helps. The rear ones kind of cool it, and it keeps it off your back quite a bit, actually. I'm kind of shocked at how well that really works. At least it keeps it off the components too, and some of the suspension, and that's more important. Anyway, it comes with a great set of tires. This is not a 27.5 Plus. It's standard, just like my Firebird. I know 27.5 Plus is pretty darn popular with riders, but not really great for sharp edges and cornering. I do find that the 27.5 Plus that we do have in my wife's e-bike, I do ride that once in a while for good just cross country, and it really grabs the edges. If you're on a really tight trail, it seems to grab the edges and kind of want to climb out of the tight rut that you're in. So steer in, and I don't feel like that bike really corners as well as this bike. And this bike's slacked because it's a downhill, so it's slacked out. I actually have two of these. I actually have another Haibike. It's my son's bike, and it's a 2.0 Haibike, and it's more of a cross country. And this loop that we're doing, about 8.7 miles. Of course, my son's 23 and I'm 55, and he rides that thing, that whole loop in around around 30 minutes. And today was the first time I hit 30 minutes. I've been running at 37, then 32, and I just got it to 30 minutes today at an average speed of about 15.6 miles per hour. So I think that's what it said, 15.5, 15.6. Anyway, hey, for the $4,500, and I think you can actually get a really good deal on these things on eBay. You can get a great deal from probably your bike dealer, but eBay is where I've seen sellers, brand new. You get these things for $4,200, $4,300. You just can't beat them. I mean, great cross training, great upper body. 20 miles an hour max is the limiter, and I take it all the way to that on my flats, and then I just sit and crank that out and try to push it above 20. It won't indicate over 20, but on my cell phone it says I'm doing 26 as I kind of track it. So you could push it a little bit further, but you lose all the power, kind of just like dives off. Anyway, I think it's a 11-in-1, which is a great setup. Chainstays are, I think they're appropriate. I don't get any noise, slapping, or anything. So, great combo, man. Xduro, a Hiabike, Xduro 8.0 downhill, and they make a 2.0 cross country. I believe it's called cross country. And I have that bike and enjoy the heck out of that thing too. So, great bikes for the money, guys. But do keep in mind, a bit choppy. So they're not the greatest in suspension components. But a light enough bike that I can flick it around and feel like I'm doing good with the bike. Anyway, I hope the review helps. I'm going to try to crop in a little bit of video from my ride. I'm not the best at these, but I do want to get the content at least out there. So really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Have a great day.